Google I/O 2026 dropped 3 Chrome updates. 2 are keynote filler for solopreneurs. The third killed a $79 monthly line item on my server the same night I wired it up. If you're running any scraping, lead gen, or QA automation and paying a browser cloud to do it, you're about to see the 6-line config that replaces the whole vendor. Every Chrome recap ranks by product importance. Nobody ranks by what actually leaves your invoice. I build these swaps for clients every week on a WSL Ubuntu box that runs 4,200 pages a day. Let's do the swap. Here's what actually shipped in plain English. Chrome DevTools now exposes an MCP endpoint. That means an AI agent running locally can drive a real Chrome instance through the DevTools protocol over a local socket. No cloud middleman. No API key. No per-page pricing. The browser your machine already has becomes the automation surface. That is the whole announcement, and it is the only one of the 3 that matters if you run a business on scraped or parsed web data. The stack this replaced on our lead gen automation was ordinary and expensive. Browserless.io on the cloud plan, $79 a month, plus a custom Puppeteer retry layer we maintained ourselves, plus a Slack alert every time a target site changed its markup and our selectors drifted. That last part was the tax nobody talks about. 22 minutes a week, on average, of an engineer opening the failing job, re-inspecting the DOM, patching a selector, redeploying. Small number, until you multiply it across 12 months. And remember that engineer bills at real rates. The swap took 1 evening. The MCP config is 6 lines of JSON that point Claude or any MCP-ware agent at the local Chrome DevTools socket. You launch Chrome with the remote debugging port on. You register the endpoint in the agent's MCP config. You point your existing scrape jobs at the agent instead of at the cloud API. That's it. The agent now opens pages, waits for content, extracts fields, and this is the part that pays for itself. When a selector fails it, rereads the DOM, finds the equivalent element by context, and heals the extractor on its own. 22 minutes of weekly babysitting collapse to about 3. 4,200 pages a day, running on a home server. External cost 0. Now the honest part, because I don't sell fairy tales. This does not solve every scraping problem. You're running from your own IP, so hostile sites that block data center or residential ranges will still block you, and you'll still need a paid proxy or residential IP layer for those. It does not solve captchas. It does not solve sites that fingerprint aggressively. If your target is LinkedIn or a bank portal, you still pay somebody. But for the 80% of real business scraping, supplier catalogs, public directories, competitor pricing, review sites, government registries, invoice portals, this configuration removes the vendor entirely. One more thing worth saying out loud. The keynote spent 15 minutes on modern web guidance and about 90 seconds on the DevTools MCP endpoint. The ranking on stage is the inverse of the ranking on your invoice. If you want the exact MCP config, the Chrome launch flags, and the self-healing extractor pattern, they're written up at BizflowAI. Along with the real automations we ship for clients. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so the next tier down finds you, because the next one is on wiring this agent into a CRM without breaking the handoff.